Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. I just want to touch on something I posted about earlier, which was I drew a little diagram and I talked about 3 things that are going to help you get to your fitness goals and your wellness goals and really need to be part of your program. And those 3 things were patience, commitment, and consistency. Guys, these are 3 things that are super, super important. And you can make some progress with only one of them or maybe only 2 of them. But if you really want to crush your goals, you got to have all 3, right? So patience, commitment, consistency. The first one, patience, right? That's pretty self-explanatory. But the thing that I think a lot of people don't realize, like fitness is a long game, right? It is a patient person's game. Fitness gains take a little while to get there. It takes a little while to see that progress. So you got to be patient while you're in the gym. And I know it gets really hard. Like, you know, you're working your ass off in the gym day in and day out, and maybe you're not as big as you think you should be. Maybe you're not as strong as you think you should be. Be patient. The same goes for your nutrition. Maybe you feel like you had a really great week of eating, but then you come to your end of the week weigh-in and you didn't lose as much weight as you thought, or maybe you stayed the same. Guys, be patient. It's a long game, right? It's not something that's going to happen overnight. So patience needs to be, it really needs to be a part of your program and part of your psyche. The second thing is commitment. You have to stay committed to what you're trying to do if you want to get to the results you're chasing, right? Commitment means that you're doing everything that you know you should be doing, whether or not you feel like it, right? One of my favorite sayings in the world is commitment means staying loyal to what you said you would do long after the mood you set it in has left you. So what that means is if you're tired, doesn't matter. You get in the gym and you do your training. If you're not feeling great, and I'm not talking about being sick, I'm talking about just like maybe mentally you're just not feeling great, you're not feeling it, doesn't matter. Get in the gym and do your training. If you don't feel like doing your food prepping, doesn't matter. Prep your food, get ready for the week, right? That's what being committed means. It means you're staying true to what you want to do, even if you don't necessarily feel like it, okay? And that can be really hard. I'm not saying it's easy. Trust me, I struggle with it sometimes, even today. I really didn't feel like lifting today, but I did it anyway, right? And then consistency. That's really huge too. Consistency just simply means you got to be consistent in what you're doing, guys. So remember that on again, off again, it doesn't work. It's going to slow you down, and it's probably just going to keep you from getting to where you want to be. So, you know, you can't be one of those people who gets all fired up and goes and works out really hard for like 3 weeks, but then you start skipping days here and there, or you know that you know, you're supposed to be prepping your meals, but you just say, I just really don't feel like it. I don't feel like going to the supermarket. I don't feel like cooking my food and breaking it up. You got to stay consistent and do that over the long haul. One of the biggest mistakes that I see is that people aren't consistent for long enough. So they might be consistent for like a month or 2, you know, like 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and they haven't gotten to where they want to be. So they say, you know what, this isn't going to work for me. That's being consistent, but you're not being consistent for long enough. So it's really important that you give it that time. That goes back to the patience piece, right? And remember that this is all going to take time. But if you look at the post that I put up, it's a Venn diagram, right? You have patience, commitment, and consistency, right? And right in the middle where they all overlap are your results. So that's where you're going to have it. You got to find those 3 pieces and make sure they're in your program. Make sure they're part of your mindset. And another one of my favorite sayings is hold the vision, trust the process, right? So make sure, even if you're not quite where you want to be, hold that vision in your mind of what you're trying to do, trust the process of getting there, and the results will come. All right, guys, if you have questions, let me know, shoot me a message.